Ready to rock? Hope you got through weeks 1 through 4. This one's going to be fun. We got a lot of dynamic movement, starting to get into some more sport-specific type movements, some coordination that'll challenge you, something new. Equipment you're going to need for this one. We need your medium resistance band, medium to heavy. We also want some sort of tennis ball, koosh ball, something that you can toss around. We'll get to that at the end. We're going to use these sliders again. So again, top of Tupperware, these are furniture sliders. You can use dish rag on a hardwood floor. Anything will work. So Chelsea's going to show us here. We're going to go 20 seconds each on these first movements. Again, we're starting with that knee to chest, but she's actually adding in a little heel raise. So knee pulls up, keeping that chest high, and then she's coming up onto that heel toe. Good. We're doing 20 seconds. Okay, now she's going to go into a figure 4 stretch. This will work the hip a little bit more, start to open up that hip. Same thing, little heel raise as you get all the way up. Try to power up onto that toe as high as you can. Keeping that chest high. Feel a little stretch around that lateral hip. 20 seconds of that. Okay, we're going to go to quad pulls. Now she's going to add in a little reach to this. Get a little pause at that end range, really lengthen. You'll feel this all through the trunk, in through that front of the thigh. Good. Okay, now we're going to go into the lunge, and she's going to add in a rotation, both directions. She's trying to keep that low back and that trunk still as she rotates through the shoulders and her upper back. Good knee alignment. Try to get it around as far as you can. Good. Okay, side to sides. You'll feel this on the inner thigh. Starting to get warmed up here. Just prepping the body for all the harder exercises we're going to do coming up. Good. Okay, now she's going to go into a little downward dog position. Go sideways, good. And then she's just going to pedal out her feet here. So we're lengthening that whole posterior chain, hamstring, calf. Again, we're not holding these stretches prior to our exercises. We're getting the body ready for exercise. We're not trying to actually lengthen muscle right now. Good, okay, let's go high knees, 20 seconds here. Good, again, you're trying to keep that trunk strong, course nice and tight. Nice tall posture, she's not leaning over as she's doing these, trying to get those knees as high as she can. Starting to feel that core temperature rising a little bit. Good. Okay, and then we're going to go 20 seconds butt kickers, so that heel towards the butt. You want to try to kind of keep your knees underneath you. Knees stay close together. Good, okay, then we're going to go into high skips. So she's powering the knees up.
After those.
Getting all the leg musculature nice and warm. Good. Okay, good. All right, now these we're actually going to do 15 seconds of each. So she's going to go into this forward T position. So a little reach and up. She'll feel a little stretch through the hamstring. She's trying to keep her hips square, As she goes down, that back stays nice and flat. Try not to open up that hip that's going back. So those points of the hips stay pointed straight towards the ground as you go forward. Good. 15 seconds each side. And we're going to go into hip openers. This one's a little tricky. Might take a second to get the rhythm down. She's going one forward, one out. Trying to open up the hips as much as we can. Good. 15 seconds, and then we'll switch to the other side. Good, okay, we're going to go into some leg swings, so make sure you have enough room for these. You don't kick something in front of you or behind you. You're trying to balance on one leg the whole time and trying to get that other leg up as high as is comfortable. You'll feel a little stretch in the hamstring possibly when you come up. Oh. Still keeping that trunk nice and solid. You'll see that other side stays up the whole time, so she's balancing on one leg while we're starting to loosen up some of that musculature through the back of the leg. Okay, now we're going to go lateral leg swings. So this one you'll need some sort of support, whether it's a wall or a chair or something. And she's swinging as far as is comfortable out and then back across her body. You'll see her hips are rotating with the movement. We want that. Again, 15 seconds each side. Should really start getting warmed up now. We're going to get ready for some higher level jumping impact type stuff, so you want to be nice and warm before you get into that stuff. Okay, we got two more. First one's jump ropes or pogo jumps, so just short little hops. We're going to do 15 seconds, and then we're going to actually get a little bit higher in the next 15 seconds. Soft bend in the knees, you don't want to lock the knees out. Good springy, quiet motion. Getting warm, Chelsea?
Oh yeah.
Good. Okay, last one. We're actually going to work in some pattern movement. Chelsea's going to do a figure 8 through the cones here. So you may need to pause the video to set this up, but if you watch Chelsea, she's trying to keep her hips forward the whole time as she's going around the cones. Her feet aren't crossing. She's going to do 15 seconds each way. This is the last one. Good, nice short steps as she goes right around the cone. You don't want these big lunging steps. That's how we get injured. Oh,
Time's up.
time's up. Right at the end. Okay, good. Nice and warm. Here we go into the workout. We're going to get straight into it. You've gone through your dynamic mobility. Chelsea is ready to rock. Week 5, so she's a beast already.
Super strong.
All right, starting with some hip and core strength work. Band's going to be around the ankles. And Chelsea's going to do a version of that crab walk. So she goes into that mini squat, and she's actually going to do a little box here. So 3 steps to the side, 3 steps back, 3 steps to the side, 3 steps forward. She's going to repeat this for 5 laps. She's trying to keep tension in that band the whole time. You'll feel this around those hips, which are getting a lot stronger by now if you've gone through the rest of the week's progressions. We're going to keep you moving this week. Not a lot of standing still. We're getting you ready to get back on the field or court or whatever it is you want to be doing.
on reverse.
Yep, so then we'll switch directions. Five each way. Just gonna do a few more, and then we're actually gonna speed this up a little bit. So a lot of what we're going to work today, we're going to do some stuff slow, and then you're going to get a chance to actually speed everything up. Start getting into more game or true game pace. Spiderman?
Oh yeah.
All right, is this 5 or that was 4?
4.
One more lap, and then she's going to go quick. We're going to do just one lap of the quick. Good, still trying to keep tension that whole time. There's one, good.
Go again?
Yeah. Sorry, I meant one direction.
Oh gosh.
Really get both directions going. Try to get out easy on this one, huh? We just started. Good.
I don't know which way I'm going anymore.
One more, we'll do one more the opposite way.
Go back.
There we go. Basically 5 laps each way quickly. Good, okay, so Chelsea's gonna come back, kind of the center here. She's gonna split her stance, so one foot in front of the other. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. She's gonna try to keep her feet in a diagonal, and she's gonna go out, out, in, out, out, in. Still trying to keep that good knee alignment. We want both our kneecaps pointed straight forward the whole time. That back foot comes towards me, her right foot's going off in that diagonal, and then they come back together. She's timing this for 30 seconds. Those hips are going to be on fire by the end of these. Good. Switch that diagonal up. You'll notice she's keeping that good knee alignment. She's in that slightly bent, kind of mini squat position, athletic position. Her feet are moving on that diagonal. Almost there. Those feet will get a little heavy towards the end. You'll feel the ankles working too. Maybe a little bit in the arch. All right, we're gonna go into our hamstring work. So this is gonna be similar to last week. We're gonna start with our 10 slow repetitions. So Chelsea's gonna lift up. She's doing single leg. You can do double if the single feels like it's too much. She's keeping that other leg at a 90-90 position. She's slowly extending that leg out, keeping her pelvis nice and stable. We don't want any drop on that side that she's not working. Give you a little chance to catch your breath too. Although it's not exactly rest. You're still working. Like I said, if this is too much, you can do the double leg version of this, where you have both legs going out together. You want to feel the hamstring working, but if it feels like it's going to cramp or if it feels uncomfortable, stick with the double leg, get that nice and strong, go super slow until you feel comfortable to do the single leg. Chelsea's done her weeks 1 through 4, so she's ready for the single leg though. So we're doing 10 each side. And then we're going to move into the quick version. Good core engagement. She's strong through that core. We're not seeing any drop in those hips.
Next one.
One more. All right, good. So now she's going to have the slider under both legs. We're going to do 15 fast. Still trying to keep that pelvis stable. Try not to arch the back too much. Those legs drive out nice and straight. That looks great.
Oops.
Oh, lost the slider.
I think I'm done.
Right on 15. Perfect.
It's like the cone incident.
All right. So now we're going to go into our side plank runner. We did this last week too. So Chelsea's going to go up into that side plank. She's going to reach and then pull that elbow towards her knee. Try not to let the hips drop. She's trying not to stick her butt back or fold up through that trunk. Nice straight line from her shoulder down through her ankles. We're going to do 10 of these each side. And switcheroo.
I think that might have been easier than 30 seconds. Maybe we should do 2.
Maybe 2 rounds. Chelsea's getting cocky now. Good. 9, 10. And 10. All right, we're gonna go back to the other side. Progressions of this one, there's not many. You can lift the leg straight up. Yeah.
What do I do with my arm?
You can still beat it, yeah. Don't let those hips drop. Keep them nice and high. Good. You can also, if you're not able to get through a full 10 reps with this, you can drop down to the knee, decrease that lever arm a little bit. Should feel this on that glutes, core on that bottom side. It's working really hard to stabilize you.
Okay.
Good. All right, we're gonna go in a new one. Since Chelsea loves push-ups so much, call this a Spiderman push-up. So she's gonna take her knee to her outside elbow. We're gonna do 8 to 10 of these each side. If you need a break halfway, take it. We're working on hip mobility, working on a little bit of arm strength. Good for us soccer players who just use our legs and feet. Still active through that core. Keep that neck long. These are not fun.
Okay. Was that 7?
We'll call it 7.
Okay.
You got 2 more in you?
Yeah.
Good. Nice. All right. Good. Okay, that's our hip core stability stuff. Now we're going to work into some dynamic strength. A little bit of hopping, jumping, working on some of those bigger muscles. So grab a chair. This could be couch. This could be something that you can set your foot on. We did this last week. Come back just a little bit here. So Chelsea's going to put one foot on the chair. These are the Bulgarian squat jumps or lunge jumps. That front knee is not going to go past her toe. She's sinking those hips back and exploding through that right foot. A little different angle here. So see how this knee doesn't get past that toe. Good trunk angle to drive up. Almost all her weight's on this front leg. So this is working hard. It's like 90%, 10%. Good. 10 of those, and then we're going to go straight into 5 double leg squats. And then she's going to add in a jump. And then back to 5. We're going to do 5 repetitions of this. So we're going to keep that heart rate up through this strength session. Just 5, and then on the 5th, explodes up. Good landing. All those principles that we worked on in weeks 1 through 4, knee alignment, hips going back, glute strength. We're now starting to put those into action with some jumping, with some landing. So don't forget that stuff. That's going to be really important as you get into some of this higher level stuff. Good. All right. Next one, single leg explosion. We're going to land on a single leg. So Chelsea's going to go.
Oh gosh.
Straight up, you'll try to stay in place with this one. So you're going to reach back like that runner's pose, single leg land, and then back into it.
Oh.
There you go. So we're going to shoot for 10 of these. If you need to break it up sets of 5, that's fine. Still working on that good springy landing in the leg. Good, working on a little bit of power with that push off. That was 10, switch to the right. You'll see even when Chelsea gets a little bit off, she's recovering nicely. She's not letting that knee just collapse in. There's going to be a little bit of rotation, but she's able to control it when she does land. Okay. Last one of this series, we're going to progress from that 3-direction lunge we did last week, and Chelsea's actually going to do a little hop into that lunge. So we're going to do 5 laps. She goes front, side, pivot into that back lunge. Front, side, get that pivot, and then hop back to the middle. Good. Front, side. Good. So don't forget those mechanics of your good lunge. The knee position. Hips are hinging back. We're just adding in that little bit of landing, hopping, control factor. Makes it a little more challenging. Especially as those muscles get tired. That's when it's going to be so, so important for you to be able to control that knee position. This is the last strength exercise, and then we're going to work on some coordination stuff. So hopefully you're working hard, you're feeling a good burn by this point. If you're not, you can always add in some more repetitions. The second set of everything. We've really decreased the rest time here, so your heart rate should be up. Okay. Chelsea may or may not need a water break. I'm going to explain this next one because it's a little more complicated, something a little new. So we're going to start, this is where you're going to need your ball. Tennis ball, Chelsea's you're going to use the koosh ball. Chelsea's going to use the koosh ball. But we're going to coordinate, work with your hands, with your feet. So the first one Chelsea's going to demonstrate is she's going to be tossing from hand to hand as she goes through specific patterns of movement. You ready? You want this one?
Just
No,
koosh.
koosh.
Okay.
All right, so this first one, she's going to start with ball in the right hand. She's going to do 3 steps and end in a little Heisman pose. Good. So each step, she's going to try to toss that ball between the hands. So you may need to slow down, speed up, depending on how fast you're tossing the ball. Good. So you're going to do 10 repetitions of this one. There.
That's 10.
Good. Okay, now we're going to make it a little harder on her. So now instead of a single toss for each step, she's going to do big toss, big toss. Takes a little bit more timing, coordination, especially after you've done the single leg tosses. Yep. And you'll see she's going to have to adjust. She can't think about her foot position when she's trying to toss and catch a ball. So all that stuff we've been ingraining through those other exercises is hopefully happening a little bit more automatically. If you think about it, when you're playing a sport, you're not thinking about your knee position. You're not thinking about how you're landing or how you're taking off.
Or counting.
Or counting. So it's good to practice some drills like this to make sure it's happening when you're not directly thinking about it.
Okay.
Good? Okay. Last one. This was put in here special for Chelsea too. So we call this pointers and deuces. So just to practice, you're going to start with 2 fingers in one hand, 1 in the other. So here's your pointer, here's your deuce, and then you're just going to switch those. So see if you can just go back and forth here. Get the hang of this, because if you can't get this, then the next part's going to be really hard. So pointers, deuces, see if you can go fast, see if you can slow it down. Now we're going to tie this into those same movements. So each step, Chelsea's going to switch her fingers.
Oh, kind of doing it.
Kind of doing it.
And I lost it.
It'll take some practice. Even if you're fumbling around, it's good to practice this stuff to get the hang of it. Oh, now we got it. Now we got it. Now we got it. Uh-oh. And I know she's not counting.
Too much.
We'll ballpark it. Get about 10 repetitions, but it's a fun one to practice for you.
All right. I kind of got it.
Oh yeah.
This is
Oh, now we're on a roll.
Okay.
Good. All right. Hope you guys had fun. Week 5. We're just going to progress from here.